Good evening and welcome to your Monday evening sports news. I'm Dominic Mwashikele. Thank you for joining me. In tonight's news, Kinda Nangolo to apologize to Control Board, Brave Gladiators draw against Zimbabwe, and on the international sports scene, Germany qualifies for 2018 World Cup with perfect record. That and more coming up. Stay tuned. Welcome back, and leading our news tonight is boxing. Boxing promoter Kinda Nangolo of Kinda Promotions will apologize to the Namibian Professional Boxing and Wrestling Control Board for alleged defamatory remarks he made at the beginning of this year towards the board. Nangolo was asked to apologize by the board, and he confirmed to NBC Sport that he will comply.
In a letter addressed to Nangolo dated the 20th of September 2017 from a lawyer acting on the instruction of the board, Nangolo was reminded that the board reserves the right to take legal action against Nangolo if he failed to apologize. The board alleged that Nangolo has made defamatory and derogatory comments about the control board in statement published in local daily newspapers. Nangolo's war of words with the board started in March this year when the new board could not pay boxers after a boxing bonanza organized by Kinda Promotion. Nangolo referred to the boxing board as bototos, a slang word for thieves. In their explanation, the board could not pay the boxers because Nangolo's money that was deposited in the board's overdrawn account was debited to their pending debit orders and were awaiting the government to pay in their monthly grant to remedy the situation. The case dragged on for 2 weeks until the boxers were paid by fellow promoter Nestor Tobias of Nestor Sunshine Boxing and Fitness Academy, while the board made the payment at a later date. Nangolo's lawyer has confirmed that his client will apologize as soon as he is back in the country. It is believed that Nangolo is in the US on business. As part of the board's demand, the apology will have to be published in all 3 newspapers that published Nangolo's initial comments. Contacted for comments, Nangolo said he was not willing to comment until he has met with his lawyers later this week.
From boxing, we move to football, where the Brave Gladiators will play against Zimbabwe in the 2018 Africa Women's Cup of Nations qualifier following the weekend's draw by the Confederation of African Football, CAF.
Brave Gladiators will host Zimbabwe on the 26th of February 2018 in the first leg before making a trip to Harare for the second leg on the 6th of March. Nigeria are the defending champions after winning the last edition in Cameroon last year. Next year's tournament will take place in Ghana from the 17th of November to the 1st of December. The tournament will also be used as a qualification for the 2019 Women's World Cup in France. Here are the fixtures.
In volleyball, a new volleyball academy has been established with the aim to provide the best volleyball experience for the local youth. The new volleyball academy by the name of Starshine was started 2 months ago and is home to 30 young players already. Due to a lack of sport facilities, the academy's members only train for 2 hours in the afternoon every Friday, Saturday and Sunday. There is a good environment that is positive for all involved in the academy nonetheless.
We are going to develop up the leagues, fun games, as well as we're going to do inter-regional, because there is also some associations that are having their development. So we'll be doing inter-association games and then tournaments, as well as there's a school league. They also participate in the school league, so that will be mostly helpful. And then it will bear more fruit. My aim, I want us to finish off in Namibia top. Everyone should know it, like everyone, the president, the ministers, the parents, they should know that we have a strong volleyball team. We go in our Africa, we should be the dominating team, beating either Zone 6, Olympics, under 17, under 13.
Some players could not hide their passion about the sport.
I chose volleyball because it's a really fun sport, and these coaches that help us here, they take it out of their free time. They're busy, they're just to help us. It's really inspiring.
The reason why I want to join volleyball is because it's nice. They teach us how to hit the ball.
I decided to come to play volleyball because I enjoy it. It's very fun. Coaches tell us right things. I knew that volleyball was a great sport.
The academy doesn't have an age limit, and all interested players are invited to join. We continue with cycling. The country's biggest cycling event, the Namibian Pick and Pay Cycle Classic, will take place this coming weekend in the capital.
The popular event attracts thousands of entries every year, and it's seen as a fun and competitive event. According to President of Namibia Cycling Federation, Mani Heymans, registrations for the mountain bike will take place this Friday at SKW in Olympia. This year, the Namibian Cycle Classic is open for almost all categories, with anyone aged 8 and more, whereas it is advisable that children 12 years under should be accompanied by their parents or guardian. New routes have been designed for this year's race, according to event organizer Pierre Duploy, this making it competitive to all cyclists in the two-day event.
You can now do your entry through webtickets.com.na, or if you don't have internet access, you can actually go into any Pick and Pay store and you can actually do your whole entry in there professionally, and no worries that you will not be on a starting list. So this year we're expecting there might be 2 teams coming from South Africa as well participating. The guys are very excited to come and race in Namibia. They love the standard of our racing.
Besides the race, there will be lots of prizes to be given away on Saturday and Sunday respectively. The Namibian Pick and Pay Cycle Classic will start at SKW in Olympia on Saturday morning at 7 o'clock.
The offices of Special Olympic Namibia remains closed following the dismissal of the board and the revocation of the license by Special Olympics International.
Special Olympics International revoked the license of its Namibian branch after dismissing the board for alleged mismanagement and irregularities last month. There was no movement when an NBC crew arrived at the office of Special Olympics Namibia, which is situated at the Katutura Youth Complex. Contacted for comment as to the progress of the saga, the chairperson of the Namibia Sports Commission Board, Joel Matthew, said the situation remains as is while the license has not been reinstated.
There is a consultant that is appointed to deal with the director's appointment process that is now work in progress as we speak. And the international body have also sent the document to ensure that it's their interest to ensure that the Namibian license is revived again so that activities of Special Olympic Namibia can start and athletes can continue with activities.
On the issue of what mandate Special Olympics International has on a local sports body, Matthews said the Commission's mandate is to ensure that the sport bodies run their affairs in line with the Sports Act and the statutes of the International Federation. He said the situation is an interference from the international body where they perceived a lack or respect of their statute and then utilize their mandate to direct as long as it's within the framework. Special Olympics, he said, is a special case as he has learned that Special Olympics Namibia is registered as a Section 21 company with an international body and due to conditions that could not make it possible for them to register only as a national body. He was quick to say that as a commission, they cannot confirm or deny whatever the board is accused of. Special Olympics International has done its own forensic audit, a costly exercise which he said the commission will not be able to afford. One of the affected athletes is Ruben Qobasep, who won a gold medal at the 2015 Special Olympic Games half marathon in Los Angeles, USA.
I feel disappointed. It's like we are cutting off. Since I come here, the office is closed and it's very bad for we athletes.
Qobasep is aiming for his second gold medal at the 2019 Games and is training on his own while hoping that the situation will change soon.
After the break, a perfect 10 for Germany in the World Cup qualifiers. Details coming up. Keep watching. Welcome back, and in tonight's international sports news, Germany beat Azerbaijan 5-1 in the UEFA Group C qualification for the 2018 FIFA World Cup. The win saw the holders with a perfect record of 10 wins out of 10 matches played.
Lowe tries out a brand new starting lineup with Thomas Mueller as captain. And 8 minutes in, they take the lead when Goretzka does this. The Schalke midfielder showing some serious power and placement with that back heel. But plucky Azerbaijan would bounce back after 34 minutes when striker Ramil Shedeev is given a free pass as Shkodran Mustafi pulls up injured. Shedeev then carries it into the box where he ties Antonio Rudiger into knots before forcing it past goalkeeper Bernd Leno to stun the hosts. After the interval, Sandro Wagner heads Germany back in the lead on 54 minutes. Goal line technology would be needed to confirm that the ball did indeed cross the line and Germany go up 2-1. That opens the floodgates as Rudiger hammers home a header on 64 minutes. Goretzka grabs Germany's 4th goal just 2 minutes later when he tucks in Leroy Sané's pass. And Liverpool midfielder Emre Can adds the 5th with a powerful shot from outside the area. The Germans rout Azerbaijan 5-1 to make history with a perfect qualifying campaign record of 10 straight wins. The champions also scored a European qualifying record of 43 goals over the campaign. Northern Ireland lost at Norway 1-0 but still booked their place in the playoffs for Russia.
In Formula One action, Lewis Hamilton has won the Japanese GP to take a big step towards winning his 4th Formula One title. Sebastian Vettel falters again.
Vettel seems to run into trouble before the start as his mechanics change his car's spark plug on the grid. The German is lined up alongside Hamilton, raising the prospect of the two title rivals racing side by side, but the Briton chops across to keep the lead at the first corner. Clearly lacking power, Vettel falls back through the field before getting the call from his race engineer to retire the car. The disappointed Vettel is comforted by Ferrari team principal Maurizio Arrivabene in the pit. And there is German footballer Lukas Podolski intently watching something. With Vettel sidelined and Mercedes back up to speed after 2 lackluster weekends, Hamilton's afternoon should have been a straightforward drive to victory. But late tire vibrations allow Max Verstappen to reel him in. But Hamilton would hold off the Dutchman who crossed the line 1.2 seconds ahead of Red Bull's Verstappen and Daniel Ricciardo for the 61st win of his career. That gives him a 59-point lead in the driver's standings with but 4 races remaining.
Today, the Red Bulls just seem to be rapid in the race trim. Obviously, we're quick in the qualifying trim, but still, I was able to just hold in behind, but it definitely got very close a couple of times, particularly at the end with the safety car, the VSC, and then when we restarted, tires were cold, had a bit of traffic, so he caught right up, so it was very, very close.
Hamilton wins for the 8th time this season, while Red Bull have a double podium finish for the 2nd race in a row. Hamilton now has 306 points and can wrap up his 4th title if he wins the U.S. Grand Prix next time out. And Vettel finishes lower than 5th. Valtteri Bottas only trails Vettel by 13 points, giving Mercedes renewed hopes of pulling off a 1-2 finish for the 4th straight year.
Well, with that, we've come to the end of tonight's sports news. Join us again tomorrow for more. Don't forget to log on to our website, which is nbc.ne/sport. Find us on Instagram or Twitter's @SportNBC. Otherwise, like our Facebook page at NBC Sport for more sport news. Thank you so much for watching. From me, Dominic Mwashikele, good night.